Maps to the Stars. Now, Maps to the Stars follows a family trying to reach Hollywood prominence, but they are haunted by the ghosts of their past. Now, this movie is directed by David Cronenberg. I'm not the biggest David Cronenberg fan because I only watched a few of his movies, and the only movies I've seen of his is, of course, The Fly, and A History of Violence, which I really like, and bits and pieces of Crash. And the one thing I took a note of this movie is that this movie is really, really weird. And weird in a type of way, not of science fiction, but just realistically weird. And I guess, since you're talking about Hollywood, I guess it hit its mark on what he was trying to go for. And honestly, I really, really like Maps to the Stars. Now, like I said, this movie is very weird. And honestly, I can see this movie as a social commentary on how Hollywood actually is. How people get to prominence and how people get certain parts. And also how people hide certain things from their past to get where they're at now. And I think David Cronenberg did an excellent job in telling this story. And this movie is a whole bunch of messed up stuff. From what the characters go through, from what the characters did. This movie is just really, really crazy. And this movie stars Julianne Moore, John Cusack, Robert Pattinson, and a whole lot of other good actors as well. And they all give a solid performance. But the standout in this movie is Julianne Moore. She was fantastic in this movie. I don't know if I like her in Still Alice or in this, but she was just great. And some of the characters you see here you can actually compare to real life people like Justin Bieber and Lindsay Lohan. And I don't know if that's by accident, but hey, it plays out. And it works really well. And I'll tell you this much, the characters in this movie are truly, truly messed up. And I think this fits David Cronenberg's style because he's one of those directors that goes for weird. And I think the way this movie's set up is in David Cronenberg's wheelhouse because he goes for the weirdness. And I think it fits him. I think this movie fits him to a T. I think this is a great social commentary of how Hollywood actually is. And I think David Cronenberg actually does a great job at telling this particular story. Now, a lot of people complain about that it doesn't really make sense, but look, when you look at it, Hollywood doesn't make sense. What people do to get to where they're at, that makes sense. So I think it captures the realisticness of Hollywood and business as a whole. Now, this may not be David Cronenberg's best work, but I think it's one of the more deeper layered Cronenberg works as a whole because you can actually sit down and decipher it layer by layer by layer. And you know me, I love movies that have layers. And Maps to the Stars has layers to it. That's what I like about it the most because it's unapologetic and it's also realistic. And it doesn't say, okay, it doesn't give you a happy, glamorous ending to it. No, it just pulls no punches and says, this is how it is. And it's not no storybook Disney ending. David Cronenberg did an excellent job in directing this movie. And that's why I think a lot of people may not like it because it's not polished the way most films are. But I think if you want a harsh reality and like realism in movies, I think most people will like it. If you're a David Cronenberg fan or just a weird fan in general that likes unconventional movies, I think most people will like it as a whole. And the more and more I think about it, the more I'm liking it even more. Maps to the Stars is one of those movies that it's not for everybody. But if you have a certain sense of style or a certain sense of taste when it comes to these type of films, I think you would definitely enjoy it. Now, the only problem I would actually have with this movie is the fact that the ending kind of limped in a little bit and could have been done better. But other than that, I enjoyed the movie from beginning to end. And it may be a little slow at times, but I think you'll be invested into the story for the most part, despite its slowness to the degree. So other than that, I really, really liked Maps to the Stars. So I'm going to give Maps to the Stars a good solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. It can easily be pushed to 4, but I'm gonna hold off on it for now until I rewatch it again. And definitely I will rewatch it again. But for now, Maps to the Stars is going to get a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now, if you've seen Maps to the Stars, guys, let me know. Comment below and let me know what you guys think of it. Like it, hate it, and as always, guys, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.